Hearings for the people accused of killing two Kansas mothers. Law enforcement found Jillian Kelly and Veronica Butler murdered in the panhandle of Oklahoma. Digital anchor Keith Grant joins us with details from today's hearing. Keith?
Mike, today Cora Twombly sharing that she had made plans to kill Veronica Butler months before she allegedly did. Twombly admitted to planning the murder in August 2023. It's nearly 7 months before Butler was found murdered. Now, March wasn't the first attempt Twombly made either. She says she tried to kill Butler in February this year. Under a plea agreement, Twombly pleaded guilty to 2 counts of murder and conspiracy, and her kidnapping charges were dismissed. In exchange, the state will recommend a life sentence with 30 years suspended. Twombly and Paul Grice waived their rights to a preliminary hearing and speedy trial. And today, Tiffany Adams did the same. Today's preliminary hearings were for Cole Twombly and Tad Colum. Mike.